What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Ron and Nick's Rundown. I am Ron, and obviously right beside me is Nick. Obviously the ones that host the show, but we have a special guest today.
Special guest?
Yes. ChrisInspiresYou's Chris Wallace. Chris, how are you? Yeah. So, Chris, I got one question for you before we get started, man. When are you going back out on the road, man? When's that happening?
Man, I'll be in South Carolina speaking in the Sumter School District on April the 8th.
Nice.
April the 8th. Yeah, man. I need just a little bit of a break, man. I've been spending this time in my garden, doing some work in the garden and just kind of getting my mind right, whatever. So it's been a good break. Yeah, but I'm ready to get back on the road and speak, man. Inspire these young people.
That's how you know you made it, baby. You got a garden you can tend to.
Yeah.
made it, baby.
I like to eat, man. I like to eat.
All right, so let's get started with a couple times. Well, this was supposed to be a show, obviously, about our NBA recap so far, and we will get to that. But the first thing I want to discuss is what happened in the other world of basketball. In the Big Ten, obviously, Juwon Howard suspended for the rest of the regular season for getting into it, obviously, not necessarily with Greg Gard, but had some contact with the Wisconsin assistant coach.
How you need to put it.
Yes. Slap. Pretty much. And to some people, he definitely did.
It was an aggressive grab.
It was not an aggressive grab. Okay, Nick, go ahead.
Aggressive grab.
Go ahead. Go and just
sick of it,
your thoughts.
It was a mush.
I play for that man any day.
It was a mush.
Yeah. I played for that man any day of the week. He went to a whole nother state, Wisconsin, predominantly European descent, and mushed that man on court in front of everybody. That's a G. Straight G. Woo! Play for that man any day.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me read off everything else before I get Chris' opinion. Juwon Howard was obviously suspended for the rest of the regular season. That's 5 games, fined $40,000. Also, Michigan's Terrence Williams and Mauza Diabet. Oh God, no, I'm not even going to pronounce that. Suspended for 1 game. Jacoby Need from Wisconsin suspended for 1 game, and Greg Gard fined $10,000.
Who?
But Greg Gard, the Wisconsin coach.
Man, get out of here, man! That man started a fight.
Well, he started.
That man. Oh, go ahead. You know what? Just ask your question.
Well, he did call a timeout. Now, Juwan Howard, do you feel like Juwan Howard was justifiable calling it? Yes, Chris.
Yeah,
do you feel like Juwan Howard should be angry after that? After Greg Gard did call a timeout with at least 15 minutes, seconds left to go in the game?
Okay, first of all, I'm walking this way, right?
Yes.
I'm minding my business by walking this way.
Yes.
You go out of your way to come and put your hands on me to stop me. Mm-hmm. So you're asking me if Juwan Howard was justified in his frustration? Yeah, he was probably upset, at the outcome of the game. He didn't want to be bothered. This time brothers act sometimes. We don't want to be bothered. Let us walk off and do our thing or whatever. You want to call me a bad sport in the press conference. But when you make a beeline and you put your hand on me to stop me from my progress moving forward, then things happen. And I do think Juwan Howard was well within his right, to be upset, with this coach putting his hand on him and the timeout. I mean, timeout was, that was sort of to, that's kind of like one of those unwritten rules. You don't do that, right? What was the purpose of the timeout?
Getting the reserves in. That's pretty much.
Come on, man.
That's what he was doing.
Ball game's over. Like, so if you're gonna do that, do it with 2 minutes left in the game.
Right.
But this Wisconsin coach knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And he had intent behind it. So yeah, Juwan Howard was fine. I have no problem with what Juwan did. Maybe the suspension is right. But why did the Wisconsin coach only get a $10,000 fine?
Mm-hmm.
Juwan got 5 games and $40,000. And I'm like, the Wisconsin coach is the one who incited this.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. But I feel bad for the players the most because the players did what they were supposed to do: protect your coaches and protect the people that pretty much have taken care of you. Now, the players I do feel bad for as far as getting into that situation and being suspended. I blame that on all the coaches for that particular thing. But like I said, I don't know if they're going to meet each other again in the Big Ten tournament. Good God! But
I'm praying.
Oh yeah, I certainly hope that it happens or whatever.
praying for the meeting. Let me know where they got game gonna be at. I'm gonna fly out just for it.
Must see TV there.
I'm telling you, man, they did that man dirty.
Oh,
that man should got a game at least. Yeah, man, that man went out his way. Let me, he hit you with the European version. Let me holler at you.
right. Come on, man. Like, bro, like went up that man and put his hands all in his chest. Come on, dude.
Yeah, man. That man would say, "Hey, yo, we done here." He want to hear it, so
let me speak to your manager.
He want to hear it, man. You know what I'm saying? The man gave him an aggressive grab.
Yeah, and that wasn't like, and people were calling it a punch. I was like, a punch. No, like, he's not. If Juwon Howard would have punched him, like for real, a punch, like, bro, come on, man.
That would have been 5 games. I'd have gave that 5 games.
Oh yeah.
All right. But it was that was a great way to start that show. This show for sure. All right. Let's move on. Let's now get to the NBA recap. And we got to start with the biggest injury news that came out during All-Star weekend. Chris Paul, oh man, fractured thumb, out 6 to 8 weeks. Now that's definitely big because obviously the Suns are first in the West, and they have a 6.5 game lead over the Warriors for the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Chris, I'm gonna start with you. How much of an impact this is for the Suns, and how you see the outlook of the Western Conference? Obviously, the Warriors will be right there in the standing. So I'll let you.
Yeah, man, this is a big loss, and I'm gonna tell you why. I wasn't trying to sound like Stephen A. when I said I'm gonna tell you why, but listen, I think of everything that's happened on the NBA court this season, man, Chris Paul is probably he's in. If I were voting now, he'd probably finish 4th in my MVP voting. Like, he's been that good for the Suns, and no one like really saw it. He's one of the best leaders in the league. He is the engine behind that offense in Phoenix, and I just, his loss is huge. I mean, that's 2 months, that's 2 months away. They're 6.5 games up. Something tells me that I still think they finish with the number 1 seed, because I think down the stretch, you'll see Golden State start to rest guys. But this is also a big moment for Devin Booker. I think that Devin Booker can we already know that Devin Booker is like that. He's that guy, right? He's that dude. He showed us last year in the playoffs and in the finals, although he struggled a little bit in the last few games of the finals, that he's that guy. But this is a huge opportunity for Devin Booker to go from star to superstar, in my opinion, if he can carry the Suns while Chris Paul is out injured. But back to the original point, Chris Paul's injury is a huge loss for the Phoenix Suns. Although I still feel like they're going to secure home court advantage and throughout the playoffs. But my thought then goes to what happens in the playoffs. Like, I mean, he has a fractured thumb, right, on his shooting hand.
Right.
And, Chris Paul is the older player, and he probably is going to still need some time to sort of get back into that playoff rhythm when he gets back. And by the time he returns, what is it? It's, the playoffs begin in about 2 months, at the end of that 8-week period, when he returns from injury. How was, when he gets hacked on the hand the first time, that thumb, like, what's going to happen there? Is it going to be sore for the entire playoffs? So you never know, man. I mean, I just think that the Suns can get through the regular season with Chris Paul having this injury, but I don't think they make a run, in the playoffs without a healthy Chris Paul.
Right. Man, Nick, your thoughts on Chris Paul?
Smacking his hand as soon as he come in the game.
No.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna test it.
Tell me what you want, man. Throw me out there, coach. Throw Thanos Antetokounmpo out there. He ain't doing nothing.
No, my God.
I'm sorry. That came out wrong. All right. He doing
it.
Yeah, send him out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure that hand right. So I ain't gonna target it, but I'm gonna make sure when he go for a shot. All right. I mean, I think to me this might cost him the championship, because I have they was playing so smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they were.
I mean, like, I agree with Chris. I think they can hold down the fort to keep the number 1 seed, or at least a 2 seed. But Chris Paul got to come back like he is now, because that's gonna be hard to do at his age and Father Time undefeated. So I mean, I hope he comes back in the same form, but he got to get in game shape, and but his basketball IQ is what and fundamentals is what keeps him legendary.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand that. That's why he's standing the test of time now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
fundamentals and basketball IQ is top notch. So I have faith in that, but I just feel like the Suns, man, they just been on a mission this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I hate to say this, may cost them the championship if they don't make it to the finals.
So do we think that they'll remain at least in the top 3 in the Western Conference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Without question. In fact, like I said, I think they'll still be the top seed. I mean, 6.5 games is a lot of games to make up. I mean, it's almost like you're expecting the Suns. What do they have? 25 games left? Are they going to go 10 and 15? That means that the Warriors, to overtake them, would have to like really, really play well down the stretch. And I think that teams, particularly these veteran teams, rest guys down the stretch. I mean, Draymond, he's already missed 20-some games. They're probably going to rest him and Iggy and Curry and Clay. They're going to get rest. So I don't think there's any I really don't think there's a real shot for the Warriors to overtake the Suns for that number 1 seed, unless Phoenix suffers another injury to some guy like Booker or something,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I think losing Chris Paul, that is tough. I mean, his leadership is just, I mean, you can't just replace that kind of leadership on the floor.
Right.
And I truly hope that, I mean, like I said, I think the Suns will be fine. I think they have a good enough coach, Monty Williams. I think will figure things out. And Devin Booker, like I said, I think this is a great, like you said, Chris, this is a great moment for Devin Booker to be the guy, to be the leader on the floor. And I like I said, I think the Suns will be fine. But as far as like playoff time, that will be interesting. Like you mentioned, as far as how his body will play out. I guess when he's on the court during this season. Now, all right, Nick. I know you've been ready for this. Everyone's ready for this. We have talked about James Harden, Ben Simmons, Nets, and Sixers trade.
Who?
Yeah, yes. James Harden. You're saying who to James Harden?
The guy that was picked last in the All-Star draft?
Yes, Nick.
Oh, okay.
Because Kevin Durant was petty and
who?
didn't want to pick him.
Wait a minute. Kevin Durant needed a big man. He made the right call. He needed somebody to clog the paint. All right? He didn't have enough people.
No.
Man.
All right. So we're going to go. Okay. So Paul Millsap and obviously James Harden. Yes.
Hey, his ass wanted to go too, didn't he?
I guess he did.
Yeah, he wanted to take his ass on.
And,
hope you like Dirty Philly.
Okay. And obviously Ben Simmons, Steph Curry, and Andre Drummond, some draft picks.
Thank you.
Are in Brooklyn now.
I welcome those.
Let's talk. Nick, I'm gonna start with you. Well, I guess I know your answer to this question. Who won the trade and who will win the NBA title?
Brooklyn won that trade, baby.
Okay.
Bombers championship.
Okay.
All right. As long as you put Ben in, all right, with Kyrie, KD, pay the fine. In New York, lift the mandate already. All right. You letting visitors come in there with no vaccination. All right, and they playing, but Kyrie can't play. Stop the shenanigans. We got Steph Curry, all right, clutch, Andre Drummond. I was so happy we got him because we needed somebody in the paint bad. Claxton wasn't getting it done. And then we got Goran Dragic just now, in a buyout. Amen. Okay.
Yeah.
And Ben Simmons, this is a perfect situation for Big Ben. All right, the new Big Ben. We talking about that $2 dude in Pittsburgh. The new Big Ben. All he has to do is pass and rebound and slash to the rim. That's it. Play defense. That's it. We make a couple of free throws. That's it. Now our window for our championship window has extended now. So now we got a 3-4 year window, or maybe even 5. While Philly got a 2-year window. This it. They all in. Yeah. They all in. James Harden and Joel got to get it done this year or next year, or this is gonna be a wrap. They all in. Paul Millsap was a throw-in. No disrespect. He can still play. I guess he's serviceable. But they all in on Tyrese Maxey and James Harden. Now, James, you got what you want. You cry. I don't want you being Philly the whole time. We ain't watch your ass no way. All right? We gave up all that for you. Hey.
All right. Let me give Chris his time.
Fat suit. Fat suit wearing ass.
All right, Chris. Same question for you. Who do you think will win the title first? Who do you think won the trade? Who do you think won the excuse me, y'all. Who won the trade and who you think won the NBA title first between these two teams?
Yeah, the Nets clearly won this trade. First of all, the fact that they extracted 2 additional first-round draft picks, from the 60s. Like, I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Think about what the Nets can put out on the floor. So you've got, Ben, who's your playmaking forward. You surround him with KD, with Kyrie, with Seth, with Patty Mills, with Joe Harris. Like, if they wanted to have a closing lineup in the fourth quarter, last 4 minutes, you could literally put Ben with 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 dead-eye shooters. Like, yo, do you know what that's going to do? Like, and I talked to y'all about this, when this trade happened. And I've been saying it all along. If you put Ben in the Giannis role or the Draymond role, and you put shooters all around him, Jesus, you're going to see a different kind of Ben Simmons. So basically, his focus, as Nick said, I 100% agree with Nick. Flash to the rim, play make, defend. That's his role in that order. Just do that. And the Nets are set up, if barring any injuries, I see them representing the East in the finals, maybe not this year. You know what I'm saying? But for the next 2 or 3 seasons after that, because you got to get Ben acclimated to what's happening in Brooklyn. As for the Sixers, who clearly wanted James Harden, but clearly, in my opinion, lost this trade. You got that much time to make it happen. As Nick was saying, Joel Embiid, at any moment, his knees could give out. Like, we know his injury history. We don't know. And Joel Embiid, and we'll talk about this later down the line. But Joel Embiid is, the way he's balling this year, this is like peak Joel Embiid. Yeah. I don't know that he's going to get better than the way he's playing this year. Last year I was like, man, he was balling last year, but this year I was like, yeah, he's really, really balling. And James Harden, we know Harden didn't want to be in Brooklyn. Initially, I thought he did. Yeah, I thought KD was his boy and he could win there and everything like that. But James Harden still has to get into shape. This isn't James Harden from Houston that we're seeing. Like, this is this new over 30, out of shape, unmotivated, loves to party James Harden. And we know he ain't gonna miss the party. What I'm saying? This brother gonna go out. He gonna go out in the streets and party. But yeah, no, the Nets won this trade because they got not only a young guy, and Ben Simmons, who's an elite player in my opinion. I think Ben Simmons has a top 5 player in the league skill set. Now, I'm not saying he's a top 5 player in the league, but when you look at his his size and his skill set, he has a top 5 player in the league body. And just for comparison purposes, Ben Simmons is a more skilled player than Giannis. He's not a better player than Giannis, by a long shot, but he's a more skilled player than Giannis. And in the right system, he would be a perfect player. And I think Brooklyn is as close to perfect for Ben Simmons right now as it's going to get.
Yeah. And like I said, I definitely like the opportunity for the Nets. Like I said, Ben Simmons, obviously, just a new scene for him. And I was very disappointed with the critics as far as messing with his mental health. Don't do that. As far as like Philly, the Phillies, I think the pressure is definitely on Philly. And like you said, Chris, the window of opportunity is definitely but that small. This small. Dang, I can't even, whatever you see on the screen. Yeah, there you go, Nick. Thank you. But there you go. And I'm trying to, but yeah, man, I think for Philly, I think a lot of pressure will never be on them because for James Harden, for me, man, this to me should be a lot of pressure on him as well. Because how many times has he demanded to leave and he's gotten his way? And this is it for him. Okay.
It's more pressure on Harden than there is on Embiid. Embiid should be happy to have Harden there because now, to me, Joel Embiid doesn't have any pressure. You know what I'm saying? The pressure is all on James Harden, and the criticism is going to go to Harden and Daryl Morey.
Yep, absolutely.
And Doc Rivers. Let's not forget
Doc. All right. Now, Chris, the time has come.
Yes. And my Doc Rivers boy.
Let's talk about LeBron James and the struggles of the Lakers that you and every Lakers fan are definitely familiar with quite well.
Man, I'm out of here.
But let's talk about man, LeBron James. He got quite a bit of an all-star weekend, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
He definitely was obviously besides
shot.
Yep, throwing all types of shots at the Lakers management. And obviously Brian Windhorst, I know you saw this story today, Chris, and I'm sure Nick you saw it too.
Wendy.
Yes. Oh.
So calling on air. I'm like Wendy.
And obviously LeBron James was definitely not pleased with what the Lakers have done. They did pretty much nothing for the trade deadline. And also GM Rob Pelinka stepped over the line when he announced James was on board with the status quo, which pretty much James did not sign. Obviously LeBron did not sign off on. And of course Brian Windhorst did start with his first sentence of this article saying that the Lakers might have to trade LeBron James this summer. I think no. But anyway, and when LeBron has these comments about his wanting to play with his son, obviously he'll be drafted sometime around the 2024 draft. And also, LeBron, I believe next season is his last season of his contract with last year's contract with the Lakers. So there's a lot there. And obviously right now the Lakers are definitely a playing team at the moment. They are definitely 9th in the Western Conference. And if they were to finish there, they'll be a playing team for the second season in a row, trying to get into the playoffs. And obviously we know about Anthony Davis, can't stay on the court. Nick picks on him quite well. And with his injuries, those struggles of Russell Westbrook is definitely evident. All right, Chris, the floor is yours. Go say your piece. You can tell me what's on your mind as we head to the second part of the season.
As the only Laker fan on this podcast, I'll say that I'm extremely disappointed in the Lakers' performance this season. And I understand, LeBron's frustration. Like he was taking all kinds of shots at Lakers management during All-Star weekend. Like, I mean, he said a lot, and then the times that he didn't say a lot, he let his social media do the talk. LeBron has always been this passive aggressive guy anyway. And so he has passive aggressively taken shots at a number of people in this process. There's one thing that LeBron, one person he hasn't been upset with, in my opinion, it's just himself. Yes, and because at the beginning of the season, he chose Russell Westbrook. He had a chance. The Lakers had a chance to go get Buddy Hield. They had a chance to do some other things, and LeBron chose that. Essentially, he signed off on Russell Westbrook. And you guys know at the beginning of the season, Russell Westbrook came. I was like, Russ to the Lakers. Yep. I was like, this is not gonna. Everybody, listen. I ain't. We knew just from observing basketball from afar that this wasn't gonna work, right? And no matter how you put it together, it just wasn't gonna work. And so LeBron's got to take some ownership for that. As far as the trade deadline not doing anything, and deciding to not get John Wall for Russell Westbrook in the first round pick. I wanted to see that happen. I hadn't seen John Wall on the court in a year, right? And I think that even still, John Wall probably gives the Lakers more than Russell Westbrook would, because he does some things a little bit better than Russ. But he still didn't move the needle enough. And as far as the 2027 first round pick, being included and the Lakers not wanting to do that, I'm like, what? And so you literally just saw teams like the LA Dodgers, right? The Rams, they just went all in, right, to win a title. And that's the that you sometimes have to take. You just got to throw all your eggs in the basket because you don't really know about your future, right? You don't know what's going to happen. But the real issue in LA is that beyond, all of the dysfunction in the older roster is Anthony Davis, and of course, Knicks picks on him all the time, street clothes, and Charles Barkley coined that phrase. But I've been saying that the Lakers have got to trade Anthony Davis. And before you even consider trading LeBron James, while he still has tremendous value, because LeBron is going to, if you put LeBron on the market right now, he's going to fetch like a massive haul, like wherever you trade him. So I think the first thing you do is you put Anthony Davis on the market and you see what Anthony Davis fetches first. And whatever Anthony Davis fetches, if it's something great and you have to rebuild, then you start there, then you move LeBron. If Anthony Davis, fetches you Dame Lillard. Then you start there with Dame and LeBron, and then you bring in some complementary pieces around them, and you go forward and try to win a title then. But I think that's the real issue in LA is you've got LeBron making decisions, and then LeBron being mad at decisions not being made. I'm like, what? I don't know what else he wants. And then, we don't really know the true story. If Rob Pelinka puts out this statement saying they were on board and then LeBron is disagreeing with it, like, how do we know that he really wasn't on board and he's just sort of passively aggressively saying, I wasn't with that, because of the criticism that he might face or the backlash that he might face if he was, in fact, okay with the Lakers not doing anything at the trade deadline. Right.
Man. Yeah, he definitely said a lot there. Me personally, I would not even trade. I wouldn't even attempt to get Anthony Davis. Now, that's just me. I don't. Because the thing, Anthony Davis, and it's amazing. He's played so far 73 games, a total of 73 games so far in these last 2 seasons. I'm amazed he even played 37 games. When I saw that stat, I was actually stunned that he played 37 games. But me, that's just me personally. I wouldn't want him. But as far as the Lakers are concerned, yeah, it is disappointing. And yes, it's a very old roster. And I wish the Lakers can be a better team. I think it's better for the league when they are better. But unfortunately, it's a struggle right now with the injuries and the age. Nick, what are your thoughts on the Lakers before we move on to our next topic?
Trash. Basura. All right. But yeah, LeBron is trading LeBron would be like trading Michael Jordan. Rob Pelinka would never get another job in this business again unless he owned the team. Only way he can get a job is you trade LeBron and he gets 2 superstars to instantly keep it going. But it's not gonna happen. All right, you can't trade LeBron. I don't care what Wendy or Brian Windhorst say. I don't care what he say. That's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
You be sold. Whoever does that.
Listen, it is whatever, unless the Lakers just, unless LeBron goes to you and he demands that. He says, trade me back to Cleveland. And LeBron gets traded to Cleveland for a bunch of picks and, a good young player or two like Darius Garland. And something. I mean, let's just say the Cavs gave them like 4 firsts and 2 really good young players, and LeBron demanded that. You got to make that trade. You know what I'm saying?
Isaac Okoro and Colin Sexton. You're not losing.
That's not that ain't enough. You got to go get you can get Jared Allen, but you need Darius Garland too, and you need all of their draft compensation because the Lakers don't. The Lakers, how many first-round picks do the Lakers have over the next 10 seasons? I know that the draft picks don't mean a lot, but if you're a bad team, the draft picks do mean something to you. So if you trade LeBron and you trade Anthony Davis, then you're signaling that you're rebuilding. You're going to be a bad team for about 2 or 3 seasons minimum. So those draft picks would then become very valuable to you because they're going to be in the lottery.
Yes.
And Lakers, LA is always going to be a destination for players. So I don't think the Lakers would have a problem getting players to come there in the future. But as of right now, like they're strapped. So just going back to the, the previous point that I was making about Bron being mad that they didn't do anything at the trade deadline. What could they do? They have no draft picks. They're over the cap, and you got an aging roster of players that no other team wants. Like literally no one wanted Russell Westbrook because the rumor was even if they did that trade with John Wall, the Rockets were going to cut Russ. They just wanted to get off John Wall. So like no one, literally they canvassed the entire league and no one wanted Russell Westbrook or any of the parts that the Lakers were offering. What can you do?
THT trash.
THT is overrated. Okay, extremely overrated.
His haircut is too.
Oh man, he gonna have George Jefferson joint in just
a few years. I believe it.
Every time I see it, I'm like, what's up with that, man?
I don't know you like that, my guy. You're probably a nice man. But I see it shining from the lights. I was at crypto.com arena.
He's a nice rich man, you know what I'm saying? So, THT keep balling, man. But he's overrated.
We call it like we see it, baby. hey, I ain't done. Oh, yeah, we start there. They like to trade him for Donovan Mitchell or Dame Lillard. That's what they have to do. AD got to go, baby. He got to go.
But who's got?
I'm glad we started right. Yeah, them two right there. AD and what you want.
Let me explain first before we hatch out on this. Yes, there were team execs that were talking over the weekend. This is reportedly from Sports Illustrated's Howard Beck. He does say 3 players. God knows which 3 players. Yes, thank you. 3 players that they think that will ask for a trade request next. Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, and that spoiled. Yes, I'm going to call him spoiled at this point. Zion Williamson.
Take it easy.
No. He's too young for that. He's too.
You mean
young.
Warren Sapp?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, a couple of things. Damian Lillard, yes, he has 3 years and $137 million owed to him after this season. Let's start there, and obviously we know Lillard's loyalty has been proven by now. Obviously Donovan Mitchell, we all know about his feud. I guess his rumored unhappy feud with Rudy Gobert, but he's only in the first year of his 5-year, $163 million contract extension. So let's go with, and obviously Zion Williamson with a foot injury, who's not been on the court all this year, been detached from his teammates. CJ McCollum did tell NBA Today earlier that he did at least get in touch with Zion.
Now, he's protecting Zion.
That's after JJ Redick went off on his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
JJ called that man out.
Right.
Exactly.
And speaking of JJ, boy, JJ's good. Okay.
Yes,
I don't know if you've all listened to his podcast and listened to him, on TV, man. JJ's good. He knows the game of basketball.
Yes, he does. I agree.
Mm-hmm. So tell us, Chris, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about the possibility of all 3 of these guys possibly leaving soon? I personally think Donovan Mitchell is obviously in a better situation because he's a better team. But with the whole Rudy Gobert stuff, I mean, how do you see all 3 of these, how this plays out with all 3 of these guys?
Yeah, I think, and I've been saying this for more than a year. Like I see Dame to the Lakers. I can really see that happening this offseason now. I think it's been long overdue. I think, and this is just my opinion, because this is what we do on here. We give our opinions, right? I think Dame needs to go back and watch Kevin Garnett's Hall of Fame speech, and listen to some of the last things that Kevin Garnett said about one of his only regrets, right? What was it that he said about his only regret? One of his few regrets in life was that he didn't leave earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, and he was in Minnesota to die.
Yeah.
And finally, his career got resurrected when he went to Boston. First year they win a title, and for 4 or 5 seasons, they were right there on the doorstep of getting to the finals again without those injuries. And so before Dame starts to really decline as a player, I think it's fair to be able to see him with a squad that he actually has a chance to win with. And it's not like Dame is going to just, morph into this bad player over the next year or two. Like, shooting is the last skill to go, right? Like, he's a bona fide sniper. He's going to shoot his way through the rest of his career. But quite frankly, and I could probably speak for you when I say this, we're tired of seeing him in Portland. Like, we are just tired of seeing him in Portland.
Yes.
As far as Donovan Mitchell, this feud with Rudy seemed to have started when the COVID situation started, when Rudy was playing around, and then you heard about the reported rift then, and then you've heard tales of more rifts between Rudy and Donovan. Like, Utah should be trying to trade Rudy and not and trying to definitely placate Donovan. Like, you got to do what you can there. But if Donovan comes to you and he requests a trade, you might have to listen. You might have to, see what you can get for him. As far as Zion, I think at this point, Zion is damaged goods, and beyond being damaged goods, I don't even know that he likes playing basketball. Like, I mean, the dude, so if the rumors are true that he ballooned over 300 pounds and he keeps having these recurring foot injuries and he's detached from his teammates, what is like, does a team really want that in their locker room?
No.
Like, think about it for a second. Like, one player can go in the locker room and completely destroy the.
Yes. Hello? Oh. All right. Well, we're trying to get Chris back. Nick, because he froze. Nick, your thoughts on what happened there with what do you think of the three players here?
3 players here. I think that Donovan Mitchell might be the easiest. Well, not the easiest. Like I agree with Chris. You can't move him. It's gonna be kind of hard to say that. Now, if they trade AD for Rudy, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty
fair. Yes,
that's fair. That's fair. You know what I'm saying? Zion, he headed into the Knicks.
You think would you want that?
Yeah,
you would want that. Well, yeah, he'll be help you off.
I wanted to miss the old lefty. He's going left. hey, Julius, which way is it to get me a chopped cheese? Or down the block to the left. The bodega down there to the left. He's never gonna go to the right. Don't care what he says. That man's not going to the right. All right. Sick of it. And then I never forgot how they was cheering him on. He was out there. But I like Nick, man, bro. You a grown man getting paid millions of dollars, man. You know where you at. They're gonna boo you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're gonna do it. You in New York. If you're not playing good, they're gonna let you have it.
Right.
If you're playing great, they'll be your best friend. You get everything you want. They'll give it to you for free. Here you go, champ. Here you go, champ. Here you go, MVP. I mean, so yeah. Zion's going to force his way to the Knicks. You saw he was gushing over the Garden.
Yes,
when he was there.
Yes.
Hey, I just love playing. It's just such a great experience. He was mad when he got picked by New Orleans. He wanted the Knicks to have the first pick. But how he's going about it the James Harden route, it's not a good idea.
Yeah,
he doesn't have James Harden's clout. So yeah. Now Dame Lillard, he wants to come to New York too. I heard that. I heard rumors. Rumors. No. What's the thing? Not real detail rumors like these real deals. I'm just hearing these things flying about. Flying about. You know what I'm saying? I heard the man wanted to go to New York.
Right.
So let that man. If we could pull that off, I'll be a happy man, but that means Tibbs got to go.
Why do you want Tibbs to leave so bad? He sent y'all to the playoffs. He helped y'all last year, didn't
he? Yeah, but his style of basketball is not for this generation. You know what I'm saying? Man. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Looks like let's see.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's make sure. All right,
Mitchell.
Where's it? Hold on. Hold on a second, because I know. Nope. Hold on. Now it's 6. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Switching up. We got it. I think we got it. We should have had it. Sorry, y'all. What's going on right now is for those who's listening to the podcast, we're trying to get Chris back up and running. And right now, let's see. He's up. We have him up.
All right. Go ahead and give you peace, man.
Hello? Froze again. Oh, there he is. Yeah,
No, I'm right here.
There you go. All right.
Go ahead and say your piece, man, about this Damon.
Hello?
Yeah. So
yeah, we're right, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, as I was saying about Dame, we're tired of seeing Dame in Portland. It's time for him I think it's only fair to see him on a squad that really has an opportunity to win, with other going to really help him max out as a player. I think Portland has gone as far as they can. I think Dame has gone as far as he can in that Portland uniform, and it's just time for something new. And I think, you're starting to see it crumble before your eyes. I don't know how hurt he really is. I mean, yeah, he's probably injured or he's probably hurt, but maybe he's just hurt just enough to sit out and sort of just preserve his body for that trade request that we hope he makes this summer. As far as Donovan, I think Donovan's going to be in Utah long term. I don't see Donovan being traded unless there's sort of a Godfather offer. I see Utah trading Rudy Gobert though. I think that's coming. As Rudy Gobert ages, and the fact that they're, if you look at Utah play now, Rudy can still defend the paint, but when it's time for him to defend the perimeter, woo, buddy, they make him look bad. And I'm like, yeah, the playoffs come, team. Just imagine Utah playing a team like Golden State. They're just gonna, they're gonna run circles around Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, man. Put it in the pick and roll.
And Zion is just damn good, man. Yep, pick and roll is gonna be a nightmare for them. You know what I'm saying? But Zion is damn good, man. I think for Zion Williamson, I don't know how much he loves basketball. All of these reports that we're hearing, him gaining all of this weight, him being from teammates. I don't see.
No. Oh, there it is again. Yep, the back of it. Well, we're definitely going to move on to the next topic for sure. But like I said, Chris will definitely try to get that. Chris will definitely get back with us for sure. Let's move on. Knicks, your favorite topic: the struggles of the Knicks.
hey! I said to put that on that.
Yeah, no, that's a big topic.
Hey,
that's a big
next topic.
No, it ain't gonna be no next topic. No,
next topic.
Sir. No, sir. No, sir.
All right, we're gonna get it real quick. Tibbs gotta go. Dolan Ben should have gone. I need Adam Silver to get involved. All right, I need something to happen. Yes.
Why?
Because it was fool's gold last year. They had me fooled. In the words of Fat Joe, it's just a certain part of the season you just stop watching. All right, they break your heart. Mm-hmm. Tibbs got the team he needs to be successful to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if Kemba on one leg or not. He got the team. All right. Evan Fournier, he give you 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 games. He good, man. Well, good for you, 1 out of 5. Randall, most improved, did a great job, but it's almost like a quarterback in football. Once you learn the guy's play, how he plays, you get enough tape, they know your next move. So you need to make some more moves. If you're going left, I know you're going left. It's like that's an easy playbook. Nobody need to steal no tape for that. Tom Brady. Patriots. RJ Barrett, he has improved his game. He's doing good. So RJ's the only untouchable guy on the Knicks right now. Everybody else is up for sale. All right, the highest bidder. Sick of it. Watching them blow 28-point leads and 22-point leads and all kinds of crap. Brooklyn, the Nets, we didn't even have nobody on the court. I can understand if we lost by a close amount and KD or whoever was out there. They weren't even out there.
They were not. Nope.
Breaks your damn heart.
Yep. I'm sure it does for you. Yes.
I want to go to the Knicks here now. I can go now. They on sale now. I can go to one now. Tom, I love you. Tom Thibodeau. I liked your grit, but sir, you got to learn how to adapt to. You got to learn how to change. And that man does not want to adapt to change. He wants his way or the highway, and that's a recipe for a quick breakup in any kind of relationship, business, girlfriend, boyfriend, marriage, work. You got to be able to adapt to the climate. The game has moved to a different formula. You can't run your players to death, man. I'm saying now you got me on here ranting about this dude, man.
We can move on if you want. I think you said all you need to say.
Tom, you on thin ice, baby, and they gonna throw you under the bus. And then next, hey, Adam Silver. What's your email? I need an email. I need something, man. Send me your Twitter handle. I'm gonna send you a direct message, man. I need you to get involved with what's going on with the Knicks. James Dolan. Gotta go. All right. If that means I don't get no more invites to the Garden, so be it. All right. Sick of it.
Yeah, Chris is trying to come back.
It's ridiculous. We ain't won a championship since 72, 73, 72. Pat Riley was there. He did all he could. The Knicks are nice. Amen. Knicks had a couple of spurts in the 2000s, and then here we are. Last year was full gold.
Oh man. Well, Chris is trying to come back up, but let's move on real quick.
Yeah.
To some good stories. I think a couple of good surprise teams, the Cavs and the Grizzlies. I don't think anybody, there's absolutely nobody that would think that these teams will play this well. The Cavs are fourth right now in the Eastern Conference, and hold on,
fourth in the Eastern Conference,
and we got the Grizzlies third in the West. So hold on. Well, actually, before we do that, all right, Chris, what's going on? Chris, welcome back. I know it's been sorry about your connection. You missed Knicks Rant about the Knicks, how terrible they are.
No, I heard a part of it. You know, saying he asked for Adam Silver to get involved.
No, but
I saw you in Cleveland, baby. Go on, do it now. Yeah, I was pissed. I was like, who this man think he is, man, with his box braids out there? Don't cheer me now. Get the fuck out of here, man. Take the heat. You in New York. All right? I'm going on my Stephen A right now. He's going left.
This is the best way. This is the best way to watch the Knicks this year.
It's ridiculous. Julius, I like you, man, but you gotta get tougher skin, baby.
Man.
Julius left hand Randall. RJ left hand Barrett.
RJ, I see. I give RJ his credit. He been working on this game. But Julius, he thought he was just gonna come in and do the same old thing, and he finding out no. All right.
Let me move on. Well, we were going.
He going to New Orleans after this year for Zion.
So then you're getting the same player, just the more overweight.
He wanted to come in anyway. I take it, fat ass. I don't care, fat ass or not. Take it. Shoot.
Zion, we apologize on behalf of Ron and I. We apologize for Knicks Rant and verbal assault of your weight.
Hey, that's what they call him. Hey, that's what they call him. I don't care if Zion big or not. He can lose it. He can lose the weight, be right back to normal. All right.
We were going to talk about the Cavs and Grizzlies. Do we don't have time to talk about the Cavs and Grizzlies?
Yeah, I ain't know. If you ain't watching and you listening, I ain't no a slim fella. I'm gonna let you know that right now. So I don't mind. I know how I got here. I sat down and ate.
We gotta get to the next subject, please.
Shoot.
All right, Chris. Let's talk about the Cavs and Grizzlies. Cavs, obviously, let's quickly do that. Cavs fourth in the East, Grizzlies third in the West. Talk about how surprised you are for how well both these teams have performed this year, and how far do you think these teams can go in the postseason?
More surprised with the Cavs, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if you look at Memphis, they have a bona fide superstar in the making. Like we knew Ja Morant was going to be a problem, right? You know what I'm saying? We didn't know Cleveland would come together this fast. And I think, and people are going to disagree with me when I say this, but in 2 years, revisit this. But the best player on the Cavs is actually Evan Mobley. You know what I'm saying? Mark my words. Like that guy has a bit of Kevin Garnett and Chris Bosh in him. Like I mean, Garland is good. Jared Allen is good. They've got a lot of good young players. Okoro's is going to be, he's going to be a really good player as well. But yeah, more surprised with the Cavs. I think the Grizzlies, I actually think Cleveland may go farther than the Grizzlies because I think Memphis, once you get into that second round, if they're let's just say they're the 3 or the 4 seed, and you win your first round series. In the second round, you're playing, Golden State, you know what I'm saying, or Utah or somebody like that. I don't know that they can beat them over a 7-game series. Cleveland, if you get the right matchup, in your series, and so if they win their first round series as a 4 or 5 seed, they're playing the top seed in the East, who is probably going to be Miami or Chicago. Mm-hmm. Like you got a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals then, because I think they would beat Chicago. I think Miami would be a tougher out, for them. You know what I'm saying? But I think they could beat Miami as well. So Cleveland could very well be in the Eastern Conference Finals this year. And But I'm really surprised, at their progress. I mean, again, if it's being where they are right now in the season, with Ja and a couple other players, that they have really ascended, has been really special to watch, and they're gonna be a problem. But I still think they're a year and a player away from threatening a upper echelon team in the West. Whereas Cleveland, because of the matchups that they might see in the East, has a chance to go further.
Nick, your thoughts real quick before we move on.
I agree with everything you said on that. I really shocked how good the Cavs are. I wasn't expecting to be this good. The Grizzlies, I already knew, they put up a solid team. But as we said before, Dylan Brooks is on a trade block after this season. Yeah,
Desmond Bane, Desmond Bane is a problem. Like, keep him in the lineup. You can't take him out.
Nah, it's a wrap. But Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Jared Allen's gonna be going after a while too, because they're not going to pay all three of them.
Yep.
So, I mean, I agree with Chris. If they get a solid matchup, they can go far, because the East is like, it's up and down. They change like the weather. Who got first or second? So ain't no really like this solid team that's like, okay, it's got to go to them. I know everybody try to give Milwaukee their respect, but if Kevin Foot's foot never hit the line, with
moving on.
We are. All right, real quick, y'all. Okay, we got two more topics, and we're gonna make it real quick. We got MVP candidates here. Who's your MVP right now?
Joel
Embiid. All right, Chris, what are your pick?
Yeah, Joel Embiid, man. Honestly, it's a toss up between him and Joker. You know what I'm saying? But Joel, you know what? So for the sake of argument, I'm gonna say Joker, and I'm gonna say Joker has played the entire season without his second best player and his third best player, and my respect for Joker has only increased with what he's done with this roster, with this squad, given Michael Porter Jr.'s injury and Jamal Murray's injury. Dude, you got to give him his respect. Yeah, Joel Embiid has been carrying Philly, but if you're looking at what Joker has done in the West with that squad, man, it's a coin flip or whatever. I got to roll with Joker, man. I mean, dang, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Embiid. I wanted John Morant to knock on that door, but he's not gonna knock on that door right now. It's gonna be Embiid.
DeMar DeRozan knocking on that door, but
DeMar DeRozan is not gonna be
third. I put him third or fourth right now.
That's not the sexy pick for MVP.
No, that's not. Is he first team All NBA?
No. I don't think so.
Ooh.
Who are you replacing? Who you replacing on first team?
All right. So
that's true. That's because you got Giannis, Embiid.
You got your backcourt. You got to have John Morant, Stephen Curry in the backcourt. Obviously, this year I think those are your two. Unless I'm missing something.
DeMar's listed as a forward, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but so here's the thing: you're gonna have Ja, you're gonna have Steph, you're gonna have LeBron, you're gonna have Giannis and Joel Embiid or Joker. That's your first team. So where's DeMar going?
Ooh, that's cold, man. He might finish top 3 MVP voting. Might.
And be second or third team on NBA.
Yep, absolutely. Whew. All right. Now I'm going to go with our last topic. If we were to pick right now, because we're going to revisit this once the playoffs start. If we have an NBA Finals pick, I'm going to go with mine first because I know I'm going to just get mine out the way. I'm just going to say, well, actually, no. The Eastern Conference is actually much tougher. I wanted to say the Suns so bad, but I'm just going to go Warriors at the moment since Chris Paul injury completely hurt everything, and the Suns were just so on a roll. And I was going to pick them to maybe win it all, but I'm going to go Warriors. The Eastern Conference is tough because the Heat are playing very well. The Heat, no, you have no faith in the Heat. The Heat have played well.
Who they starting point guard?
Excuse me. Well, you got no. We're not going to do that.
Don't open that door, Ron. You already know what he was trying to do.
Nick, to those who don't know, Nick has complete hatred for Kyle.
I don't hate the man.
You do hate the man.
I don't hate the man. I think Kyle is a nice man. I'm pretty sure he's a great man off the court, and he's a good basketball player. but I just don't like how they sacrificed DeMar and he coattailed his way to the foul.
Oh my God. He's still at the ring. What, Kawhi? Yes. That's
okay.
All right. Well, I'm just going to say
Kawhi wasn't there. All right. It's Fred Fleet. That's who's the split way. Fred got on that ring. Fred and Kawhi, Serge, Mark Gasol. No. He had a few good games.
But anyhow,
look at the playoff record. Look at his playoff stats.
Oh my God.
Shoot percentage.
Let's sanitize Nick's comments on Kyle Lowry right now. Just pour a little sanitizer on there.
He's doing good in Miami. He's doing good.
Yes.
But finals?
I don't know, man. I know the Heat are going to come with a vengeance. I'm going to say for now, the Bucks and Warriors for now. And I'm just going to say oh my God. I want to say the Bucks repeat, but I know the Warriors, as soon as Draymond gets back, and everybody's healthy, and Klay Thompson, I'm sure him and Stephen Curry will be healthy. I think the Warriors have a chance to win the title this year. But then again, like I said, the Bucks are pretty darn. Like I said, as long as you have Giannis on the court, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I can see that going very long series. Nick, your pick. Who do you want?
Barring no injury to Warriors, I mean, the boys are scary, man.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys are scary good. Kuminga. James Wiseman ain't even on the court yet. I was like, bro, they got everything.
Mm-hmm.
They 8 down.
Mm-hmm.
And they can go an 9-man rotation. 8, just give them 8, and they can run the table. All eight. I say 8 out of them 10 players on that team can start on another team. That's crazy. So Warriors, I didn't want to give it to them beginning, but my God. I mean, the way these people, and then as far as the Eastern Conference, I'm gonna go with. I would love to go with Brooklyn, but I think they're gonna need a little time to, gel together, a little time. So they might make. Let me see that list.
Go ahead. That's your top 6 there. Yes, the Celtics are 6.
I'd rather give it. If things work out, I would like to see Philly there. I don't want to see Milwaukee.
Oh, you want to see Philly there? With
James Harden. No, not with James though. Not with James though. I like to hear him get all the way there and get their brains blown out by the Warriors.
Let's not count the Bulls either. Bulls.
The Bulls. Yeah, man. I love everything. I love the Lonzo Ball. I knew when Lonzo left New Orleans.
He's been injured.
He was going to flourish.
Yep.
And
hope he gets healthy.
Chicago.
Soon. Hope he gets healthy soon.
I mean, Chicago got all they don't have a defender. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Nikolai Vujicic, he's great offensively, but it's time to D in the paint. He missing in action. I don't know if his jersey even out there when he on defense. Like I see 4 players.
Man. Whew. All right, Chris. I'll let you have the last word here as far as the picks. Who you picking?
Yeah, man, this is a clean sweep or whatever. I didn't expect you all to say the Warriors, but yeah, as Nick said, man, and I've been, following them all. I just like the way Golden State plays basketball, and I was very interested in seeing what Klay Thompson did upon his return. And now that Klay seems to be getting his legs back, I'm like, this is gonna be pretty interesting or whatever. Because if Klay come back 80% of what he was, and they a problem. And Kuminga, my God, as Nick was saying, like the Golden State Warriors have veterans, they have transcendent talents, they have a bona fide leader in Draymond Green, and they got young cats that are hungry, and like when you put all that together, like James Wiseman, as Nick said, hasn't even seen the court yet, but I read reports that people are talking about something like, oh my God, you wait till Wiseman get out there. And, they're talking about what Wiseman is doing. And dude, they're starting Kevon Looney at center, and they're doing this with Kevon Looney at center and Draymond having missed, a third of the season at this point. And then you've got, cats like Jordan Poole who can come off the bench and give you 30. Like, I mean, dude, this is crazy what they're putting together. Like, and they have a championship culture, and this is different from what some other contenders may have. Phoenix has built something, there. I mean, they've got Monty, they've got Chris Paul, they got Book, they got a couple other players, but they don't have a championship culture yet. They've been there, but they've not won anything. And so if you're putting Phoenix and Golden State on the court, you know, and apples to apples, no injuries, I think Golden State is a better squad right now because they have that championship DNA in them. They just do, you know. And then when Wiseman gets back on the court, like anything that Wiseman can give Golden State, you know, that's just a bonus. And like the Warriors have got to win it, in my opinion, this year, because how are they going to pay Jordan Poole in the offseason? You know, Wiseman is going to be up for an extension next offseason, I believe. And then, you know, you got the growth of a Kuminga, and you don't know how much longer, you know, Clay and Steph and Draymond can do it at this level. Like this next 2 years is like their window to win another title or two and cement Steph's status as a top 10 player of all time. You know, in my opinion, I think Steph wins another title. Like he's definitely knocking a couple of people out of the top 10. As far as the East, I think people have slept on the Milwaukee Bucks all season long. Like it's just been like, oh yeah, they won that time. Okay, yeah, it's just the Bucks. But man, I can't see any team in the East as currently constructed beating the Milwaukee Bucks right now. Yeah, except for a team like Miami. It seems like Miami bothers Giannis. You know, there's something that they do. They've got defenders that they can throw at him. And again, as I said before, the playoffs is about matchups. And so if Milwaukee runs into a team like Miami, then they may have problems getting past Miami to advance to the next round and eventually get to the finals. So, but my finals pick, you know, if I had to pick right now, is definitely going to be Golden State coming out of the West and Milwaukee coming out of the East. And you know, you're going to have a hell of a finals there because it's going to be, you know, Milwaukee's going to be defending their title where Golden State's trying to get back to the top of the mountain. You know, and this will be a legacy moment for two transcendent players, you know, for Giannis cementing his status as an all-time great top 15-ish, 20-ish sort of player. And then, you know, as I mentioned before, Steph, you know, where, you know, with the fourth ring, where does that him?
Right.
4 rings puts him in a whole nother category.
Absolutely.
And then maybe people will respect Clay more at that point because Clay has been universally disrespected for so long, and it has pissed me off. When he didn't get named top 75, I was pissed for Clay.
Absolutely, man. All right. Let's just wrap this up.
So Brooklyn and Golden State.
That's your pick.
Oh, they moving on.
Is that what? I mean, that's your pick.
Go ahead.
No, you already said Philly.
I would love to see Brooklyn, like KD going back against and then Seth against his brother. Like, dude, you know what kind of ratings the finals would get?
That story writes itself.
That's the finals.
That story writes itself.
That would be good. If Seth and Steph going head to head for the title, KD coming back and going against his old squad, you know, like, and Draymond would be guarding KD.
Yep. That story writes itself. Absolutely, man. All right. Now for the last thing would be our partner shots. Anything you guys want to get out your chest, as long as it's not offensive. Nigga, let's start with
offensive. What you mean? You say want to say something ridiculous?
Yeah, you have quite a few times. The show is not necessarily bad offensive, but you have been you've been terrible. Is there anything you want to get off your chest?
Man, I'm tired of Sneakers app keep giving me these shot drops, and I'm in there first in the building, and I'm leaving without no damn shoes. All right, I'm sick of it. All right. The Carolina Blue Jordans, the University, whatever you want to call them, the Jordan 6s, I was in there. I didn't win. Cats joined in 7 minutes later and got the shoes. Who? They sent me a Jordan Reserve shot drop today. I got in the Fire Reds. Sold out. I don't want that other shit. I don't want no Court 13 purples, man. All right. All right, I got another one. I want another shot drop. They gave me the Columbia 13s. You understand me? Thank you. Well, I ain't asked for them either.
Didn't get them.
Sick of it, man. I got the Cardinal 3s. Thank you. I was shocked at that. I actually got them. Got them on there. All right, I actually did that. The rest of the stuff has been on trade block. I got a deal on the table right now. I'll present it to you next time we speak. If it goes through, y'all gonna be proud.
Yes. I'm gonna go with mine real quick. MLB season is not starting on time. Either it's not gonna start on time, or it's not gonna happen at all. If it's gonna happen, it'll begin sometime in July. Maybe do it like on a 4th of July weekend just to make it patriotic. But that's just me, in my opinion. And also, there was something else. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. Aaron Rodgers, stop playing with my emotions. With your post. Enough. That. All right, Chris, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So, as a speaker who travels and speaks to young people and encourages young people, I want to end this on an encouraging note. And we've gone through a lot during this pandemic. And I want to continue to encourage people all around the world to find something that you enjoy doing and do it as much as you can for as long as you can. And when you do that, you finally begin to identify your purpose in life.
Absolutely. Well said. And on that note, everybody, we are definitely going to end Ron Knicks Rundown. Chris, thank you for joining us. Definitely hope your brand and everything succeeds. Nick and I will be back. We're gonna see we'll be back next week. We'll see. We'll be back next week, but we're gonna keep.
You'll be back next week.
Yeah, we keep this train rolling though. That's for darn sure. Hopefully, like I said, we'll see what happens throughout the NBA season. We know college basketball is heating up for sure. We're a few weeks away from March Madness. Less than 2 weeks away from March Madness. So it's gonna be interesting, man. We'll see. It's got a lot going on. We got NFL offseason that's gonna be coming up sometime next month. But like I said, we got a good road. But thank you all for joining us for our next rundown. Give if you want to listen to us or watch us next time.